So it's definitely been a long time in the making, but we've finally got some new music for you guys, and thought we'd give you a little bit of a look behind the curtain into how Forgiveness actually came about. This song was actually intended to come out on our last EP, but in the state that it was then, it just kind of didn't live up to our expectations. We didn't have the big epic feel to it that we wanted. It wasn't quite ready, and we took it back into the jam room, worked on it a little bit. We amended some of the drum parts, rewrote the lyrics, you know, changed sort of the whole feel of the song. So it ended up turning out really killer. So everyone's done a really good job on this one, and yeah, we're pretty happy with it. So for our last EP, we recorded the drums in a spare room in my house. We actually recorded an E-kit, Neilson's Yamaha E-kit, with his acoustic cymbals, and a little bit constrained. I couldn't record a full kit in my house in the middle of suburbia type thing, so that was the compromise we sort of came to. And so it was always our intention for our future releases to actually record real drums, and we hit Adam up from Pure Envy, who actually runs a studio out of Cessnock. And we went there to record drums, and we came up with a really good result. We got some really good source tones, and you know, we've got a really good drum sound from this recording. We're pretty happy with it. Alright, so in front of me here we've got our drum tracks back from Adam, sounding amazing. So Chris has actually done a really good job on these tracks. They're very, very close to being perfectly on the grid as it is, as you can hear. We will go in and tighten up a few things, do a little bit of editing just to, it's normally just on fills. It's a drummer thing, like drummers just tend to race in and out of fills a little bit, so we'll just go in and tighten that up a little bit. We're not going for like a super edited, you know, real tight to the grid sound on this one, so it's only going to take a little bit. So I'll go in now and give this a little bit of a quick edit up and see how we go. Alright, so we've got our drum tracks all edited up now. They sound a little bit like this. So we've ended up with a pretty cool drum sound out of this. At the moment, haven't got any samples laid in there or anything, but got all the MIDI in there in case I do need to use samples in the mix. Once we get to that point, sometimes things just, even though they sound good, they just don't cut without using samples. But we're going to try to avoid that as much as possible. But it'll all depend on how the final tones for everything else shape up. And so yeah, Neilson's done a really good job. Adam's done a really good job tracking these drums, and we've come up with a good result. So should sound pretty big. Right, so drums are done. Just setting up now for bass tracking. Steve's going to come in tomorrow. Hopefully get all these bass tracks out of the way. So just ring it out.
Yep. Yeah, don't come into the verse.
Oh, you can come into the verse, but don't just cut it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably enough. Yeah. Righto, cool.
It's easy, and how did I fuck that?
It's just what happens.
Overthink it.
It's the old red light curse. What up? Sounds so good, doesn't it? Bass there. And it goes up here. So low on this first bit, up on the second bit.
This is the part that'll destroy strings.
Yeah, well, we've only got the middle bit to go. Righto. It's a nice clean bit. We probably don't need a big clanky distorted bass on it anyway.
No.
Right. I'll punch that bit in.
Yeah.
Right. That's it. That's pretty well it. We're going from the start, actually. I should have probably done that. Right at the beginning here with the toms.
Yeah.
I just want a couple of dudunts with it. But, like, open can't state fucking choke them. I'll use it as an overdub. I'll just make another track.
You know what would sound cool there? Because, you know, it's like... Dun, dun. What else makes that? Pump action.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.